Are you awake yet, Jack?
Welcome back to Character Select.
GW, the Arsenal AI is corrupted beyond repair.
It's probably
I
Ocelot's fault.
underestimated you.
Everybody thinks katanas are cool.
I'll squeeze the answers out of you instead, my son.
Torture time. Yeah, you thought you got away with it? Nothing happened in the fucking med bay? Nope.
Oh, fuck, this is actually really hard.
Man, you getting choked out like a bitch.
So, I'm not gonna lie, we just came to in first-person mode, and all I could see was the Skyrim intro.
Oh. You fucking meme king.
It's not him I want the answers from.
I believe on the harder difficulties, you have to do that for longer.
What do
Probably.
you mean?
I almost fucking died there,
That's
Jesus.
not your business.
Oh, really? It so happens I have some business of my own to attend to.
Planning to hijack Arsenal?
Huh?
You were going to screw me over, weren't you?
Everybody else
Who
is.
talked? Ocelot?
Not exactly.
You just
I was
told
the
me.
one
I
who
mean-
used Ocelot to suggest the idea to you in the first place.
What?
I was planning to give you Arsenal to begin with.
Why the uncharacteristic generosity?
I'm no philanthropist.
Stop
is
using
far
big
from
words.
unbreakable. It needs other Metal Gears as guards, a huge payload of warheads, and full air, sea, and land support to function efficiently. Against a large attack force without support, Arsenal is nothing more than a gigantic coffin. Seizing Arsenal gear was never the real objective.
What was your objective then?
A list of names of the Patriots.
That
They
sharp
were
gas.
planning to extend their control to digital information flow with GW and Arsenal. That means the information they want to filter out is contained in GW, including that list of the highest 12 members of the Patriots Wiseman's Committee.
And once you knew who they were, you would cross out their names one by one, while we, with our useless arsenal, drew their fire.
Very good.
You were using us all along.
Were you any different?
But your plans hit a snag with GW destroyed, hasn't it?
Maybe a bit.
No, there is another way.
Really? But we have our own plans to carry out. We'll take the arsenal since you don't care for it anyway. The purified
God, this thing is
hydrogen bomb
huge.
is ready to go.
A nuclear strike won't stop them.
It will damage their power source. The mindless masses that they control.
Yes, let's
First
kill
things
people to
first.
make a point. That's terrorism.
Of course. That was what you wanted. I won't stop you. Good luck.
Thanks, but I have quite enough of that.
And of course, there's always the spanner in the
What
works.
exactly do you find so funny?
Charades usually are humorous. I wouldn't have minded watching some more of it, but we're running a little short on time.
What are you talking about?
Everything you've done here has been scripted, a little exercise set up by us.
Exercise?
The S3 plan was conceived as a means to reduce soldiers on par with Solid Snake. That's what I told you. But the VR training the boy was put through is not the meat of the project. You think this little terrorist incident is your own doing, Solidus? This is the S3 training kernel. An orchestrated recreation of Shadow Moses.
What?
Everything is so familiar.
Ames and the President's deaths. The ninja. The computer virus that mimics Foxdie. Did you really think they were all a coincidence? Ames' own nanomachines were used to shut down his pacemaker. I arranged for the appearance of the ninja as well. As for the president, although Johnson realized what was going on, he played out his allotted part. As for the computer virus, it's a digital counterpart of Foxdie. It was also designed to eliminate every scrap of information regarding the Patriots from GW.
TLDR, this was
Your
all
plan
just a
was
ploy to
valid
make another Solid
even
Snake.
before execution, Solidus.
Because we gave you that plan.
Fat Man was a different story. He's one of our own people. A sort of examiner we hired to test the boy's progress before letting him tackle the exercise proper. We had to arrange for Stillman's presence to coax the maniac into agreeing. If the boy had allowed the big shell to be destroyed, this exercise would have ended there.
So the big
project
question
has
is,
no
what would
room
have
for
happened
failures.
if none of this went the
What
way
do
they
you
thought?
mean?
And how are they going
Given
to,
the
like,
right
execute
situation,
on
the
cleaning
right
this shit
story,
up?
anyone can be shaped into Snake.
There's more to it than that, DCL.
Even
You know
rookies can
that.
fight like men
Well,
of
yeah, but it's
experience.
convoluted.
An instant creation of genius. And this training kernel would provide more than enough data to formulate such a program. You, Dead Cell, Olga, you're all nothing but pawns placed to create the perfect simulation. Solidus, you and the boy were selected because your relationship resembles the one between Snake and Big Boss. Fortune, you and the rest of Dead Cell stand in for the Foxhound squad that Snake took on in Shadow Moses. You're the most impressive collection of freaks outside of Foxhound. We've gone to a lot of trouble to set you up against the boy. That story about purified hydrogen bombs is just the tip of the iceberg. The project was already underway when I sunk that tanker, along with your old man 2 years ago.
Dun dun
Throwing
dun.
your husband in the brig was a part of it too.
Dun
We were told
dun.
that the eradication of Dead Cell 6 months ago was an act of the Patriots. We provoked and encouraged your hatred. And you opted for vengeance, just as we planned.
He's such a bastard.
Orchestrated?
Except for the appearance of the real Solid Snake. I wonder now who sent for you.
All our misfortune was just a part of their project?
Guess she's not so lucky anymore.
How could...
You're no Lady Luck. You have nothing that we didn't give you.
What?
So much talkie.
All the
Do
talkie.
you know why no bullet could hit you? It wasn't magic, or some new age mumbo-jumbo. Certainly wasn't your psychic talents. It was all staged by the Patriots.
Staged?
You were being shielded by the electromagnetic weapons technology that the Patriots developed.
It's kind of weird how the Marines couldn't shoot him back then, huh?
Your Dead Cell comrades loved your father and husband. We needed a pathetic wretch like you to keep them focused.
The bug shied away from the
You've been our
electromagnetic
puppet all
field.
along, just like Olga.
No.
You were hamming it up as the tragic heroine, thanks to the script that the Patriots wrote for you. Pure self-indulgence, absorbed in your own misfortune. You couldn't get enough of the drama.
I could have died whenever I wanted to.
Yes, let's take away all of the meaning in your life, shall we?
Thought I got her in the heart. It missed. Your heart's on the right.
Which is an actual thing called dextrocardia.
Waste of metal, my dear, but your luck's run out. This is the little gizmo. There's no such thing as miracles or the supernatural. Only cutting-edge technology.
Yeah, this is real bullshit coming from this game.
What about fucking Psycho Mantis?
Yeah, literally, Psycho Mantis is a psychic.
That's weird looking.
It is. Avita say.
This ain't no production model, Ray.
Now that I have enough data, all I have to do is retrieve Arsenal and clean up the refuse from the exercise.
Just try.
I have 2 swords. My power's doubled. God, this makes me can't wait for the bullshit that's gonna be Death Stranding. Oh, Kojima, you fucking madman.
Now, Ocelot said, it sure as hell isn't your psychic talents.
Fortune! You idiot! Get the hell away from there!
I like it how now it's just like, hey, don't die.
I told you, your luck's run out. Take your reward. It's all the payload Ray has. Die!
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, a little overkill.
Everybody down!
She does have psychic talents, though.
What the? Impossible!
She is Lady Luck.
Wow, that went right through that
is Helen.
suit, didn't it?
Yep.
Jackson.
Jesus. You alright there, Kylen? You still
daughter of a
drinking?
proud and noble soldier.
No,
You should be.
I'm just watching Dragon Ball Z.
It's about right.
Again.
Also, I just realized she's wearing a suit that says U.S. Navy.
Yeah.
That is not the same thing as the Marines.
Nope.
And 5.
Try this
What?
instead.
The 5th female character.
Oh, right, yes.
No! No! No, not now!
God, that thing looks unwieldy as hell.
Brother!
Did he just appear?
Yep. Brothers!
Sprouted out of the hand.
Literally just...
Fully.
There he goes.
Oh no, that's Ocelot. Okay.
I've been waiting for this!
Hey, Cam.
Can't be!
There he is. He was credited, so we
Did
knew he
you
had to show
miss
at some
me?
point.
I've been inside this arm all along, waiting for the right time to awaken.
How did he even deliver that line?
Ocelot.
Yes, a sleeper in the arm of a Patriot spy.
It was you 2 years ago?
Exactly. I was controlling him. Snake, it was I that leaked information about Arsenal to your partner and got you out here.
What?
You're the only one that can free me. After all,
We're brothers!
I'm off to bury the Patriots for good.
I don't think he had a right line read on that.
Why do you think I chose Ocelot as my host? But before I go, I have a family matter to settle with both of you. There's room for only one Snake and one big boss.
Still has the thing, dude. It's not helping. Also, one of the really cool facts is if you go back and play through the game again, Fortune actually has that device on her hip the whole time.
Oh, cool.
Damn.
Snake's like, come on, this is the limpest this time.
I saved you so that I could monologue at you and then kill you.
Mm-hmm.
It really is Dragon Ball Z.
Power level 9,000!
There he goes.
Stop this thing! Hey, Snake! You coming?
Well, that seems like a bad idea.
That does, doesn't it? Hey, I like the hey Snake, you coming along?
And there it is.
So, fun fact, just before we go into the next scene, this game was released on September 21st, 2001. No, sorry. It was released in late 2001. It was supposed to be released on September 12th, 2001. They delayed it for a very specific reason.
Oh yeah.
They had to cut some shit out.
Say a terrorist attack on Manhattan.
Yep.
The original game, supposedly, I've never actually seen the scene, Arsenal Gear smashes through and knocks down the Twin Towers.
Of
So
course
it
it does,
fades
because they're
out right
iconic
here.
skyline.
So yeah, Kojima's a little too prophetic for his own good at times.
Yeah. But basically, we skip to after it's smashed through literally half of Manhattan. It just totally ran into the island. I was always wondering, like, why the hell did it just fade out there? It's because shit happened.
Yeah, you know. Kojima would have shown it if he could have.
Supposedly the footage is still out there, but I don't think it's on any of the discs you can get.
Federal Hall.
I need to look this up.
Laughing at.
Do you know what day it is today?
Rose has been asking me that all goddamn day.
That's right. George Washington took office as the first president of the United States of America 200 years ago today. And it happened right here. We were going to declare another independence. The dawn of a new
1881?
nation.
No.
Here.
1781.
The end of the Patriots' secret rule.
That wasn't
Liberation
200
of
years
this
ago
country.
today.
This was where it was supposed to begin.
Oh yeah, they
This
clearly
is
got that
where
wrong,
freedom
because...
could have been born.
Holy
Yeah.
shit! Federal Hall is next to the... It's off Broadway. Or it's close to Wall Street and Broadway.
All you want is power at
That's
any
fucking
cost.
Jack. it's
2,000
not
feet
power
from
I
the
want.
shore. Holy Christ.
What I wanted to take back from the Patriots are things like freedom, civil rights,
April 30th,
opportunities,
1789.
Ah, there we
the
go.
founding principles of this country.
This is definitely not set in 1989.
Everything that's about to be
No.
wiped out by their digital
220 years ago
censorship.
today, maybe.
Yeah.
Jack, listen to me.
What?
We're all born with an expiration date. No one lasts forever. Life is nothing but a grace period for turning
Says the guy
best
with
of our
creepy
genetic
tentacles.
material into the next generation.
Why am I still listening
The
to you
data of
monologue?
life is transferred from parent to child.
We heard
That's
this
how
last
it
time.
works. But we have no heirs, no legacy.
That was talking about genes. He's talking about
We brothers
legacies.
are called les enfants terribles. Cloned from our father, with the ability to reproduce conveniently engineered out.
no
What
children
is our
for the
legacy? We
Soliduses.
cannot pass the torch. Proof of our existence, a mark of some sort. When the torch is passed on from parent to child, it extends beyond DNA.
I just realized
Information
this
is
might have been a
imparted as well.
convoluted way for Kojima to get his nation to reproduce more.
You fucking
All I want is
idiot.
to be remembered by other people, by history. The Patriots are trying to protect their power, their own interests, by controlling the digital flow of information. I want my memory, my existence to remain. Unlike an intron of history, I will be remembered as an exon. That will be my legacy, my mark in history.
Somebody somebody already has that name.
Patriots would deny us even that. I will triumph over the Patriots and liberate us all, and we will become the Sons of Liberty.
Oh, somebody already has that name too. Sorry.
Look, it's not exactly like they're having to go to the copyright office over this shit.
They just smashed through it.
Receiving? We're still here.
How's that possible? The AI was destroyed.
Only GW.
Who are you?
To begin with, we're
There's
not
his
what
creepy
you'd call
face.
Ah, don't do that.
Over the past 200 years, a kind of consciousness formed layer by layer in the crucible of the White House. It's not
What?
unlike the way life started in the oceans 4 billion years ago.
Don't listen
What?
to
The
this.
White House
It's
was our
weird.
primordial soup, a base of evolution. We are formless. We are the very discipline and morality that Americans invoke so often. How can anyone hope to eliminate us? As long as this nation exists, so will we.
Cut the crap! If you're immortal, why would you take away individual freedoms and censor the net?
Jack, don't be silly.
Don't you know that our plans have your interests, not ours, in mind?
What?
Jack, listen carefully, like a good boy.
The mapping of the human genome was completed early this century. As a result, the evolutionary log of the human race lay open to us.
We started with genetic engineering, and in the end, we succeeded in digitizing life itself.
But there are things not covered by genetic information.
What do you mean?
Human memories, ideas, culture, history.
Genes don't contain any record of human history.
Is it something that should not be passed on? Should that information be left at the mercy of nature?
Yeah.
We've always kept records of our lives, through words, pictures, symbols, from tablets to books.
But not all the information was inherited by later generations. A small percentage of the whole was selected and processed, then passed on. Not unlike genes, really.
That's what history
So-
is, Jack.
But in the current digitized
The
world, trivial information is accumulated
selective
every second, preserved in
evolution
all
of
its
information?
twilights. Never fading,
Sure.
always
It actually is
accessible.
similar in
Rumors
concept,
about
yes.
petty
Yeah.
issues, misinterpretations, slander.
Basically, TLDR memes will be the destruction of civilization, and
I
we will
actually
sit
don't disagree with any of this.
But keep in mind, this was
That's-
before.
Only slow down
This was
social
before
progress,
memes was
reduce
popular.
The rate of evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is
You seem to think
You're
that our plan is one of
supposed
censorship.
to agree
Are you
with
telling
this.
me it's not?
You're being silly. What we propose
So
to do
wait, the
is not
Patriots
to
are
control
digital life?
content, but to create context.
Just wait for it.
Create context.
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just look at
Fake
the
news.
strange juxtapositions of morality around you.
Billions spent on new weapons in order to humanely murder other humans.
Rights of criminals are given more respect than the privacy of their victims.
Although there are people suffering in poverty, huge donations are made to protect endangered species. Everyone grows up being told the same thing.
Be nice to other people.
But beat out the competition.
You're special. Believe in yourself and you will succeed.
But it's obvious from the start that only a few can succeed.
You exercise your right to freedom, and this is the result. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt. The untested truths, spun by different interests, continue to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems.
Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay
Also true.
inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
The
Echo
different
chambers.
Cardinal truths
Yeah.
neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
And this is
This
the
came
way
out
the
in
world
2001?
ends, not
Yeah,
with a
Yep.
yeah.
bang.
Kojima's a little too prophetic
We're
at
trying
times
to
for his own
stop
good.
that from happening.
It's our
Wow.
responsibility.
So the whole plot of Metal Gear
Just
Solid
as in
2 is
genetics,
GW is trying to create an
unnecessary
AI
information
to
must be
avoid
filtered
basically
out
the last 3
to
years.
stimulate the evolution
The
of
last
species.
15
And
years.
you
Fair
think you're
enough.
qualified to decide what's necessary and not?
And the rub is basically that
Absolutely.
because they would have
Who
to,
else could
we would have to
wade through the sea of
sacrifice
garbage
freedom
you
for
produce,
basically
Yeah.
information
retrieve
dictatorialship.
valuable truths,
Well,
and even
that's
interpret their
what I
meaning
always
for
come back to
later
is Ben
generations.
Franklin's quote. Those who
That's
give
what it
sacrifice
means to
freedom for
create
security
context.
will
I'll
have
decide
neither
for
and
myself what to believe
well,
and what to pass
will lose
on.
both and have neither,
Is
or
that
something
even
like that.
Your own idea.
Or something Snake told you.
That's the proof of your incompetence right there. You lack the qualifications to exercise free will.
And the problem
That's
is they're
not
saying
true.
we need to
I
rule
have the
over you.
right.
Does something
Right.
like a self exist
Yeah, and
inside of you?
the fact
That
that
which you
it's
call self serves as nothing
sold
more
so
than a
well
mask
is
to
a
cover
good,
your own being.
Yeah.
In this era of ready-made truths,
And he can't
self is
actually
just
argue
something
against
used
it.
to preserve those positive emotions that you occasionally feel.
Another possibility is that self is a concept you conveniently borrowed under the logic that would endow you with some sense of strength.
That's crap.
Is it? Would you prefer that someone else tell you? All right then. Explain it to him.
Jack, you're simply the best, and you got there all by yourself.
Oh, what happened? Do you feel lost? Why not try a bit of soul searching?
I disagree
think
with
you'll
this
find
because
anything
the self
there.
is important,
Ironic.
but you also
although
have to figure
self
out
is
how the
something
self
you
fits with
yourself
other people.
fashion.
That's
Every
what
time
society
something goes
is.
wrong, you turn around and place the blame on something else.
And they're
It's
talking
not
about
my fault.
extremely
It's
negative
not your
versions of
fault.
individuality.
In denial.
Of course they are, because
You simply
they're
resort
a
to looking
hive,
for
some kind of
another,
hive mind
more
AI,
convenient
apparently.
truth in order to make yourself feel better.
Leaving behind in an instant the so-called truth you once embraced.
Should
Stand by your
someone
principles,
like
people.
that be able to decide what is truth?
Should someone like you even have the right to decide?
You've done nothing but abuse your freedom.
You don't deserve to be free.
We're not the ones smothering the world. You are.
The individual is supposed to be weak, but far from powerless. A single person has the potential to ruin the world.
And the age of digitized communication has given even more power to the individual. Too
Which is a
much
good thing,
power for
and a bad
immature
thing.
Species.
And a bad thing.
Building a
yes.
legacy involves figuring out what is wanted and what needs to be done for that goal. All this you used to struggle with. Now we think for you.
We are your guardians, after all.
You want to control human thought, human behavior?
Of course. Anything can be quantified nowadays. That's what this exercise was designed to prove.
You fell in love with me just as you were meant to, after all. Isn't that right, Jack?
Ocelot was not told the whole truth, to say the least.
So all
We
that stuff
rule
about
an
the Solid
entire
Snake
nation.
simulation
Of what interest would a single soldier, no matter how
Was a
able,
lie.
be to us?
The S3 plan does not stand for Solid Snake Simulation. What it does stand for
Stop it
is
with the creepy
selection
face.
for societal
Societal
sanity.
sanity.
The S3 is a system for controlling human will and consciousness. S3 is not you, a soldier trained in the image of Solid Snake.
It is a method, a protocol that created a circumstance that made you what you are.
So you see, we're the S3, not you.
Oh, I forgot you could get mission failed and fission mailed.
Well, of course you can.
Experience was the final test of its effectiveness.
That's crazy.
You heard what President Johnson said.
The Arsenal's GW system is the
Stop
key
it.
to their supremacy.
The objective of this exercise was to establish such a method.
So remember when they said that Johnson was in a room that we couldn't hear radio, but then they knew everything that was said?
I
There's
wonder
a
if
reason.
you would have preferred a fantasy setting.
Talking to the player.
We chose that backdrop because of its extreme circumstances. It was an optimal test for S3's crisis management capacity. If the model could trigger, control, and solve this, it would be ready for any contingency. And now, we have our proof.
There's a lot of talking to the player instead of talking to Raiden here.
Raiden, there are also reasons behind your selection. Solidus raised plenty of other child soldiers. Do you know why we chose you over them? It was because you were the only one who refused to acknowledge the past. All the others remember what they were and pay for it daily.
But you turn your back on everything you don't like. You do whatever you like, see only the things you like, and for yourself alone.
Yes, Rose can attest to that.
You refused to see me for what I was. I lied to you, but I wanted to be caught. You pretended to be understanding, to be a gentleman. You never made a conscious attempt to reach out to me. The only time you did was when I gave you no choice but to do so.
I was just trying not to.
What? Trying not to hurt me? Dear, the one you were trying not to hurt was yourself. Avoiding the truth under the guise of kindness is all that you did. It occurred to you to do nothing but look out for yourself. Even if you claim that it was for my sake, that feeling was nowhere to be seen. In the end, everything was for your sake. I was never
And again,
part
they're
of the
twisting
picture.
everything.
Of course.
Exactly right. So
It's a malevolent AI, that's what it does.
Right.
Perfect
And
representative
Raiden
of the
can't
masses we
argue
need
against
to
it because he
protect.
honestly doesn't
This is
know.
why we chose you.
They're just making
You
him doubt.
accepted the fiction we've provided, obeyed our orders, and did everything you were told to. The exercise is a resounding success.
Snake is not part of the simulation.
Complete, but not anymore, thanks to you.
Your persona, experiences, triumphs, and defeats are nothing but byproducts. The real objective was ensuring that we could generate and manipulate them. It's taken a lot of time and money, but it was well worth it considering the results. I think that's enough talk. It's time for the final exercise. Raiden, take Solidus down.
Think again. I'm through doing what I'm told.
Oh, really? Aren't you forgetting something?
If you die, my child dies.
The termination of vital signals from your nanomachines means the death of Olga's child. Not to mention the death of Rose. She's wired the same way.
Dude!
Does she actually exist?
Of course I do, Jack. You have to believe me.
Damn!
Yeah.
Death.
Solidus at least wants you dead.
That was
We
clever.
will collect the necessary data from this last fight. Then we'll consider the exercise closed. So, Jack the Ripper, will it be Solidus, the Patriot's creation, or you, Solidus's creation? Our beloved monsters, enjoy yourselves.
And even then, they were lying.
Jack, my son. My clone brothers and I are called monsters, replicates of evil genes. You are one of a kind, but still a monster, shaped by a dark and secret history. We need to decide which monstrosity will have the privilege of survival. By the way, Jack, I was the one who killed your parents.
Unnecessary exposition!
Yeah, it's just unnecessary dick Just one final little crotch kick. By the way, I killed your dad.
I think it's mostly to get him to angry at Solidus so that he can fight him.
Foster father and your worst enemy.
Like, it's literally
because I needed
being
to know whether we
villainous.
were really someone else's creation. We're repeating history, Jack. Liquid and Solid hunted down Big Boss, trying to sever the tie that bound them to him. Unless you kill me and face your past, Jack, you will never escape. You'll stay in the endless loop, your own double helix.
I killed your parents. What? Dude,
it's time
dick.
we were both free.
Shoot right in the head.
That was a perfect throw, all things considered.
Was that a jet?
I have other reasons for wanting you dead. The clues to the Patriots inside GW have been erased, but there are other traces. Inside you. What? The information is being carried by the nanomachines in your cerebral cortex, and throughout the neural network they've formed.
So now we shall fight to see who is real. John Woo style.
God, Kojima, you're such a fucking idiot, madman.
So here's the fun, interesting part about this fight that you can call and ask questions about, but it's hilarious. He lost his eye earlier. He has a blind spot on that side.
That's pretty cool.
Like, legitimately. Should I knock him out or kill him?
I would say thematically you should probably try knocking him out, but your score is already going to be bad, so might as well go for the kill.
Thank God there's a ration here.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, Jesus, I'm on fire.
Right in the fire.
Yeah, oh, God.
Yeah, that's all I can have you say.
Mizzled.
What's wrong with you?
So yeah, if you attack him from the side where he lost an eye, he can't actually see you, and he will never block. Nobody ever fucking points it out.
Oh, that's such a fucking cool detail that I didn't know. So many details, Kojima, you madman.
Is that the best you could do?
Probably.
So, just an interesting note, because this is the kind of trivia I love. In English, you know, we've got a good voice cast here, right?
Right.
Yeah.
In Japanese, Solid and Solidus Snake are the same voice actor.
Yeah, that sounds alright.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, they're supposed to be clones of the same person, so you know.
Right. Yeah, I was actually just kind of surprised that it wasn't Hater doing both.
Let's go.
Do I actually? No, I only have the blade. Okay. It would be funny to me if I suddenly had guns and just shot him. Ow.
Yeah, this samurai bullshit, fuck that. Pull out P90 and just get him.
Does he have 2 life bars, or...?
No, that's his stun bar. In case you non-lethal him.
Oh, gotcha.
Non-lethal does not mean non-painful.
True.
My favorite line. What are you doing, camera? Good lord, camera angles.
Good work, Jack.
Camera, the real boss fight.
Okay.
Second phase. Super Saiyan!
So, what? Do you have less weapons and now you're harder? Oh god! What
Much
now?
faster.
What do you want? I'm dying!
Right. You have to beat Solidus. This is your last duty.
We're not just pawns in some simulation game, you know.
Yes, you are. You're nothing but mere weapons. No different from fighter jets or tanks.
What the?
The old model destroyed 4 years ago was Rex.
The new amphibious model is Ray.
Both of these are the same as the code names used by the U.S. Armed Forces to refer to Japanese warplanes during World War II.
Your code
Really?
name, Raiden, too, comes from the Japanese Navy's name for one of its interceptors.
Stop it. I'm not a weapon.
Oh, really? Do you know the code name the U.S. Armed Forces used for the Japanese fighter Raiden?
It was Jack. Both of you are just weapons to be used and thrown away.
Jesus.
Just weapons to be used on the battlefield. Just pawns in a game. Exactly as you said.
And a weapon has no right to think for itself. Now,
Man,
it's time
fuck
to
you
fulfill
guys.
your purpose. Defeat Solidus.
Once again, for those who have played Metal Gear Rising, Jack's crazy. It makes more sense. You consider what he went through.
Not to mention that I knocked him down. Not to mention the fact that he then goes through Metal Gear Solid 4, which is its own nightmare.
Oh yeah. That's when the real pain starts.
I knocked you down, old man. Future's now, old man.
The future. Your legacy ends here, old man. Almost. It would have been cool if you killed him that way.
Oh, fucking goddamn it.
Sure you can.
Oh,
There it goes.
It's not a difficult fight, but it can take you by surprise if you're not used to fighting with the blade.
While you were developing Metal Gear, I
Another
was
snake
studying
bites the dust.
the blade.
So Japanese.
Oh,
I actually really
So
like.
Japanese.
I actually
oh
really
god,
like that.
that blood is under so much pressure.
I really like
that
this
could
shit.
kill a person.
I really like this shit. I'm such a fucking weeb. I unabashedly love this scene so much.
That could have been a Sekiro
yeah, that could have been a
boss fight
Sekiro
ending.
execution boss fight.
Shinobi execution.
Pretty much.
For what it's worth, that happens whether you kill him lethally or non-lethally. There's no story difference.
Oh, interesting.
Non-lethally is just a challenge. It's not.
Well,
anything
it
else.
count on your final score. It counts as
Yeah,
not
yeah,
killed.
but narratively, it doesn't matter.
Wait, what did he say? What did he say?
He didn't say anything.
He moved
He
his
did
mouth.
say something.
He was trying to say something.
Oh. Broken at the feet of the Father. How very poetic.
I just wanted. And in the end, Raiden says that he's the one that has to live. That's all there is to it. He refuses to give up.
Man, I can't imagine what your day-to-day life is like after this shit. Like, just
Well-
what do you think about when there's
Well,
no one
so-
to talk to and Dead Space is going on?
Yeah. Well, that's why Metal Gear Solid 4. So, here's an interesting thing that took me years to realize.
Yeah.
It's not there yet, but it will be in this cutscene. But there's a really good argument for why the S3 plan worked. It's just not here yet. There it is.
Who am I?
People are all like, wow,
No one quite
that was
knows
interesting.
who or what
Go
they
about their
are.
day.
The memories you have and the role you were assigned are burdens you had to carry. It doesn't
That's
matter
actually a
if
good
they
point.
were
Why
real.
does everybody
That's
look like
never
they're just
important.
kind of going like, that's crazy, whatever?
Because the S3 plan works.
There's no such
Yep.
thing in the world as absolute reality.
Most of what they call real is actually fiction. What you think you
I know what the color blue
is only
looks
as
like.
real as your brain.
What do
Kojima
you
doesn't
think
like
the color
reality
blue
TV
looks like?
either.
Then, what am I supposed to believe in? What am I going to leave behind when I'm through?
We can tell other people about having faith. What we had faith in. What we found important enough to fight for. It's not whether you were right or wrong, but how much faith you were willing to have. That decides the future.
I have faith that
The
cheese is
Patriots are a
delicious.
kind of ongoing fiction too.
I'm willing to die for that belief.
Great cheese
Don't
wars.
obsess over words so much. Find the meaning behind the words, then decide. You can
Yeah,
find
but see,
your own
Dave, if you
name.
really want to start a religious thing, you
your
gotta
own
figure out which
future.
cheese is the most
Decide for
delicious, and then
myself,
fight the people who
and whatever you choose.
believe it's something else.
Cheddar, fucking come at me, scrub lords. I'm ripped.
I know you didn't have much in terms of choices this time. But everything you
I
felt,
know you didn't have
thought
much in
about
terms
during
of
this
choices
mission
this
is
time.
yours,
Talking to the
and
player.
What you decide to do with them is your choice.
And I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to start the Great Church of Havarti, and we're gonna go to war.
Oh
Clean
boy.
slate, a new name, new
I
memories.
claim all of America.
Choose your own
You can
path.
start in
It's for you to
Switzerland.
decide.
That's fine.
It's up to you.
How many armies do I get per turn?
Fucking Risk is a terrible game. Alright.
By the way,
There's one
what
other
is that?
secret here. Oh, here we go.
Dog tags.
Hey!
Dave Baudet.
Did it just read your...
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Remember when I put it in? And when I first used the node?
Oh, yeah.
Anyone you know?
No, never heard the name before. I'll pick my own name and my own life. I'll find something
there's
worth
Vamp.
passing on.
Never mind. Also, he just threw away the player control.
Oh, yeah.
No longer does the player control.
I know. We've inherited freedom from all those who fought for it. We all have the freedom to spread the word. Even me.
Snake, what about Olga's child?
Don't worry. I'll find him. Count on it. As long as you keep yourself alive, he's safe.
Do you know where Liquid went?
I put a transmitter on his ray.
Did he head for the Patriots?
Yeah, but I have a feeling they gave Ocelot a bogus location to begin with.
So people are reacting to it,
Cheer
but they're
up.
not
We have a better lead.
reacting to it.
This contains the list of all the Patriots.
But Ocelot took it.
The one we gave you wasn't the real thing.
What?
This virus is coded to destroy only a specific part of GW, namely the information about the Patriots' identity. Which means that there's a parameter coded in here that defines what that information is.
I get it. Analyze the code and you can probably find out where they operate. Count me in.
No, you have things to do first. And people you need to talk to.
There was Vamp again.
Why is Vamp passing through so many times?
No, he's standing off in the background. Jim, freeze frame it. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Wait, no, I haven't seen it.
No, he's not here, but Jim pulled the frame out and showed it to everybody else. Hey, it's Rose. Like actual Rose.
Man, this is gonna be an awkward conversation.
So, a bunch of the conversations that you had with Rose in the game were real. Which ones were real and which ones were with AI Rose are impossible to actually disentangle, but...
Snake?
What's wrong?
There he is again. God damn it.
Nothing.
This did a third time.
Can I ask you
Just
something?
fucking standing there.
Who am I, really?
I wouldn't know. But we're going to find out together, aren't we?
To the left. Off to the left.
Oh
See
yeah.
him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why is he just standing there like a creeper?
There's an achievement to actually, like, zoom the camera in on him, but I don't know what the camera controls are. I can feel her heartbeat through my controller, by the way.
Okay? I know.
AKA, she won't lie to him anymore if he won't lie to her anymore. And yes, she is El Pregante.
Oh man, isn't that a thing?
Pregante.
Do you remember this place?
Of course. This is where we first
Pregnant.
met. I remember now.
Hmm?
Today is the day I met you.
That's it.
Remember how she was asking?
Well, we
constantly?
can at least infer that one of those asks was real Rose then.
Yes. Presumably the AI Rose took a lot of her information and passed it on to Jack, but also a lot of the conversations they had were
I
real.
think I found something to pass along to the future.
What?
He said all living things want their genes to live on.
Are you talking about the baby?
Yeah. But genes aren't the only thing you pass on. There are too many things that aren't written into our DNA. It's up to us to teach that to our children.
What kind of things?
About the environment, our ideas, our culture, poetry.
How to make a really good hot dog. How to make a really bad hot dog.
Joy. We'll tell them everything together.
Is that a proposal?
This is for your ears only.
Hey, it's a Bond reference. Kylen, we did it!
Oh my god,
the monster has been slain.
At least Metal Gear Solid 3's talking is more fucking on point.
This is true. I will not debate this.
What the hell's the name of this song?
It's called Copyright Strike?
Yes, that's why we're talking over it.
Every
Talkie over strike.
Every song on YouTube is a copyright strike song.
Quentin Flynn, Christopher Randolph, Lara Cody, Vanessa Marshall, Paul Eiting, John Seigan, Mara Gale, Phil Lamar, yay, Barry Denon, Greg Eagles, Jennifer Hale.
Jennifer Hale, woo! Cam Clark, of course. It's awesome.
Kim, my guest. Michael Bell. Why do I feel like I've heard that name before?
Probably.
Hostage, Scott Dolph. Wasn't he the Marine
Thanks,
Commandant?
Hostage. Maybe, yeah.
But, you remember how there was a scene at the end of the credits at Metal Gear Solid and you were like, whoa, that's interesting. Yeah, there's one here that's gonna be like, what? So we'll get to that.
New?
But yes, when this game came out, it was... divisive is the word.
No, people were just salty about initially, right, coming out.
Well,
actually, there's a lot I missed.
I remember a lot of message boards at the time being full of, what the fuck does the ending mean?
Oh, well, they just had to wait 15 years.
Yeah.
The shocking conspiracy behind Shadow Moses.
So there's actual like extras in the game that you can access. The New York Mirror has a news article reviewing The Shocking Truth Behind Shadow Moses, which is a book about Shadow Moses Incident, The Untold Story. All of them are books you can read. You can. We basically only talked to her once, but you remember Natasha Romanov, the nuclear expert in Metal Gear Solid?
Vaguely, yeah.
I don't remember if it was Romanov. Whatever. We only talked to her once, so it's not a big surprise. She basically writes a book about what happened on Shadow Moses from her perspective, including the fact that Ames was standing in the room telling her to say specific things.
Oh, wow.
So, what is this song? God damn it!
You'll never know.
No, it's going to be in the credits. I'm just trying to remember the name before it gets there. Damn it. Anyway, yeah, this game, like. You also have to remember that this game came out a year after the PlayStation 2 came out. And as you can see, there was a bunch of shit in it that was technically amazing.
Oh, yeah.
One of the things that we didn't do while we were on the tanker, and which I'm actually sad about, and the comments pointed out, there's a bucket full of ice. If you shoot the bucket and the ice falls over, the ice melts based on the proximity to other cubes of ice and therefore the ambient temperature. Somebody fucking programmed that.
Wow.
Just Kojima things.
Yeah, just Kojima things. Jim put up hashtag just Kojima things. Thank you.
Also, that motion director is just so Toyota.
So Toyota. He's not fucking Hyundai at all. He's just so Toyota. The best things are yet to come. I think that's what it's called. The best is yet to come? Maybe. That might be a Cowboy Bebop song. Also, can we talk about Cowboy Bebop for a second?
Why?
Fucking best anime ever?
God damn it. I'll pick this hill or the fight later.
Fair. It's probably not a good idea to do when we've only got however much longer these
credits
are
considering
last.
this is a Kojima game, there's about
Referee
a billion.
voice, Scott Dolph.
There's about 1 billion people who had to work on it to get all this bullshit in. So
Yeah. Rika Murakami. But yeah, in terms of story, this is probably the hardest game to follow and the most mind-blowingly confusing. And then Metal Gear Solid 3 came out and people were like, but what happened to Metal Gear Solid 2? Because, slight spoiler alert, Kylen, Metal Gear Solid 3 takes place in 1967. 1963.
Okay.
1973? 1973, sorry.
Okay.
So, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be a lot more straightforward than this, though, but it's gonna be, like...
really weird.
It's gonna take a while to figure out why they're doing it that way.
The weird
But
is not yet over.
Yeah. But we're not gonna go right into Metal Gear Solid 3, because holy shit, I can only take so much of being bad at this game. I'm sorry that I'm terrible at stealth games. I really, really am.
Hey, better than me, man.
We got through it, at least.
Well, not better than me.
Metal Gear Ghost Babel, because Acid hadn't come out yet, because the PSP hadn't come out yet. As weird as that is to think of.
It is weird.
Literally from another fucking time. This game is old enough to drive a car without parental guidance.
That's a thing.
It's 18 years old.
But is it old enough to drive a Metal Gear?
Metal Gear. Can't say goodbye to yesterday. That's what it's called.
Metal Gear's a friend.
Otacon is a registered trademark of Autocorp, Baltimore MD.
Oh,
It's used with
I
permission.
was wondering about that.
It's short for Otaku Convention, and that
Yeah, I
takes
know.
place in
I've
Baltimore.
attended it more than once.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's such a weeb that he named himself. He got his nickname after that shit.
Yeah.
DCL, you're
Like
just
game-
upset that you couldn't do it yourself.
Shut the fuck up. Don't call me out like that. I'll fucking get in the video. Look, I
boy.
would have if I had the fucking Kojima had his years on me. Okay.
Kylen and I both have years on you. You're the youngest person on CharacterSelect.
Man, I'm not even that young. I'm 25.
You're still the youngest person.
Man.
We're all old fogies at this point. Except Hedra. Hedra is immortal and endless.
Truth.
Do not debate this. It's not
I've
healthy.
never met the AI known as Hedra, but I believe it.
the Patriots are Hedra all along.
Patriots.
Alright, here we go. Credits are ending. One final sequence. Konami Digital Entertainment.
This is why we could never control the Patriots.
So are you saying that Kojima invented the post-credit stinger?
No. It's always been around.
Well, Kojima invented the post-credit string.
For video games, maybe.
Life isn't just about passing on your
Let's reiterate the goddamn fucking important thing.
We can leave behind much more than just DNA.
So stop masturbating into a sock!
Music, literature,
Sorry.
movies, what we've seen, heard, felt.
I'm so sorry.
Anger,
Wow.
joy, and sorrow. These are the
You
things
just
I
completely...
pass on. That's what I live for.
Jesus. I'm sorry.
Way to ruin the moment,
Pass
Dave.
the torch. And let our children read our messy and sad
Oh my
history
God.
by its light.
I'm sorry.
We have all the magic of the digital age to do that with.
Snake is arguing the other
The human
side.
race will probably come to an end sometime, and new species may rule over this planet. Earth may not be forever, but we still have the responsibility to leave what traces of life we can. Building the future and keeping the past alive are one and the same thing.
Because it's one thing to know what the Statue of Liberty is for, it's another thing to know what it meant to people. Is what I'm taking out of this picture. Also, Kojima has a fucking hard-on for America.
Not wrong.
Alright, here we go.
You there? It's me. I've finished going over that disc.
Did you find the Patriots list?
Of course. It contains the personal data of 12 people. There was a name on it. Snake, it was one of our biggest contributors.
What's going on around here?
I don't know.
Anyway, where are they?
Well, we were right about them being on Manhattan, but
But what?
they're already dead. All 12 of them.
When did it happen?
Well, about 100 years ago.
What the hell?
What the fuck happened at the end of Metal Gear Solid 2?
They're all dead. About 100 days.
I saved 10 times, continued 28 times, alert moded 40 times, killed 78 persons, used 44 rations. My rank is going to be atrocious. Elephant.
Yeah, basically.
Elefante.
A cut above.
But at least I'll never forget how much I suck. Ooh. Digicam. That's it, because I didn't do well enough to get any other unlockables. Yes!
The monster is slain for now.
So the next Metal Gear game that we're going to do is Metal Gear Solid 3, but what about the monster is slain for now, DCL?
The monster is slain for now. Metal Gear Solid 3. Actually, Metal Gear Solid 3 is less of a monster than 2, but 4 is the ultimate monster.
Actually, I found 4 a lot easier.
I mean, just in terms of cutscene.
Well, yes, that will be monstrous. But we'll burn that bridge, and ourselves, and everything around us several times when we come to it. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure to click that like button down below if you liked it. I hope everybody out there enjoyed going through this with us. Again, I'm sorry that I'm not better at the game, but I don't go through and practice this shit because God knows I can't sit through 11 hours of that again. And Kylen, what questions do you have?
All
I'm gonna maintain my composure here for now and just continue riding this wave until either it makes sense or I drink myself to death.
How drunk are you right now?
Yeah.
Not enough.